Couples who lie about how you met. What's your real meeting story? I was dating a girl. She had a younger brother. Younger brother had a girlfriend. Me and the younger brother's girlfriend soon realized that brother and sister are not the greatest people. Sheltered their whole lives and have a weird, crazy view of the world. So we dated each other instead. Needless to say, the siblings were pissed, but that's none of my business. She was my coke dealer. We bonded while I helped her bag an ounce into grams. We had some crazy and tumultuous years, but after we both straightened our lives out, we decided. We met at a house party. Was close enough to the truth. Do you guys still do coke? Nah. I'm glad too, because I was never that into it. I just liked her a lot. Some guys try and impress girls by learning an instrument, or something. To each his own, I guess. Some guys impress girls with music. I impressed them with my prowess at not owning on coke. We met on Tinder when we were both looking for totally casual, no strings attached anonymous sex after having our hearts broken by shitheads and giving up on everyone. We matched, she liked my beard, I liked her blue eyes, and we talked shit about Harry Potter and discussed who we thought would make a better Spider-Man, Toby or Andrew. We met up, went home, banged and left it at that, totally expecting to never speak again or meet up to bang every once in a while. Then we started talking more, and talking more about life, and our days, and our families, and future plans. Then we started staying over each other's houses after sex. We started going for breakfast. We started holding hands. We held gazes for seconds longer than we ever would have. We started to stay over each other's houses without even sleeping with each other, and until that point, months after we matched, we never spoke about being together. Then one evening, drunk on our way home from a bar, we looked at each other and shrugged, saying, I guess we're a thing now. We tell everyone we met at that bar. Getting married in spring 2018. I met my boyfriend online nearly 8 years ago, on a gaming forum, back when there was more of a stigma. We are both from different countries too. Over a few months we escalated from forum messages to Facebook to daily Skype with voice and video to him visiting me in London, and the rest is history. We've lived together in Denmark for over 5 years now. I used to cut out everything before the we met while he was visiting London part. I got sick of being asked stuff like what if he was a serial killer? Or oh, but you can't really know someone you met online. Nowadays people think it's totally fine. I told all my friends that I asked her to homecoming. What really happened was this. She's an incredible person, totally out of my league. So out of my league, that I wasn't even going to ask her. One day, I was talking to one of her friends who was going to homecoming, when she casually says, I know someone who really wants to go with you. And she points over to this godlike figure who smiles and waves at me. She's amazing. In 2008 I was 19 years old, living with my parents. One fateful day I decided to have myself a wank, and everything was going great. Right when I was about to come I realized I didn't have anything to come in. At the last minute I decided to try to run, and grab myself a sock. That's when all hell broke loose. While running across my bedroom I kicked my guitar amp and immediately went to the ground. I was still trying to finish, but at the same time I was looking down at my foot and saw that my pinky toe was loosely hanging there, at a 90-degree angle with my foot. I tried and tried, but over the course of about 10 seconds I was hopelessly flaccid. This left me laying there naked, with a broken toe that was so painful I couldn't even get myself up off the ground or dress myself. My parents were in the other room. I had never broken a bone before, and had no idea how to tend to it. All I was able to do was reach for my laptop, go onto Facebook, and type in, Does anyone know how to tend to a broken toe? This is where my girlfriend comes in. I had met her at a mutual friend's house one time about a year earlier. She was dating another guy at the time. She was sweet and beautiful, but I didn't think much of it, as she was taken. I received a Facebook friend request from her, accepted it, and hadn't thought of her for a year. She was the first one to respond for my subtle cry for help. We started talking, and she explained how to make a splint, and different care methods for a broken toe. Then she asked if I wanted to Skype so she could show me on video, and I said sure. After a while we started talking about things other than my toe. Then we started Skyping for fun. Then we started Skyping every day. Then I was visiting her in a town 3 hours away. Then she was moving back home to be with me. We tell everyone we met through a mutual friend. Funny enough, I broke my toe earlier this year for the second time in my life. The first time she cared for me from afar, the second time, 8 years later, she was right there with me to care for me, as we now live together. We don't lie, we just don't tell the whole story. We met in a sex chat, so we just say we met in a chat. One of my coworkers has a great story about how he met his wife at the park on a sunny afternoon. Another coworker who has known him for close to 20 years told me that the real story is that it was a personals ad. He was looking for an Asian girl and she was looking for citizenship. We tell everyone that we met at a Halloween party. In reality, I just messaged her randomly on Facebook looking for a one-nighter. 3 years later we are engaged. Life is weird. We were preppy kids with a secret rebellious life of partying every chance we got. We were about to partake in some illegal recreational activities. We pull up to said party and he says, "I've been thinking a lot about us and I would really like for us to be together. I wanted to tell you before we went inside and got all fucked up." We've now been together for 13 years. Married with a kid. Don't party at all. People call us the great American couple. If they only knew. Met my boyfriend online. Only lived 2 states away. I was graduating and hadn't decided where to go to college. We met a few times and Mom thought I should go to school where he lived, a college town, so I moved there and we've been together since. 5 years. Most people are weirded out by the whole online thing, at least older. People our age think it's cool, not that weird. Thought I ruined my life for picking a college near a boy. I wanted to at least give it a shot. It's been going well so far. Met through Reddit. Most people would probably find that off-putting, so we say we met through mutual friends when my boyfriend went to school. Works well enough, but I'd rather tell the truth. He hired me, only our good friends know. You're taking this girlfriend experience thing a little far, no? It's been over 2 years since that night, so I'd definitely say so. I hear he's wanting to upgrade to the wife package soon. I tell people we met through a mutual friend at a pride parade. And we did. Just not face to face. I found a photo from that day where I was in the background on our mutual friend's Facebook, and I tagged myself. Turns out, my now husband took and posted the photo, so it was actually on his Facebook. He friend requested me. I accepted. We started talking. 5 years later, here we are. Not me, but my grandparents. They actually met over a newspaper ad for single people. Went hiking in a group and fell in love. My grandpa denied the story until his dying day. My grandma only told us once he died. I don't lie about it, but everyone immediately associates our story with a typical Norp scene. My boyfriend used to be my landlord. We're cousins. I just tell people we met through family. I was working at a bar and grill as a kitchen manager. One night a friend of mine brought some friends in to celebrate her birthday. Some I knew, some I didn't. They waited till I got off and I joined them. I met this one girl. The birthday girl was a mutual friend of ours. She was beautiful, smart, great sense of humor. We all lost track of time and before we knew it, it was nearly 11. Everyone was getting their things together when this girl said to me, "I'm going to run to the bathroom." I said okay and she went off. A minute later the birthday girl came up to me and said, "She told us to leave her so she could come out all surprised that we left and you would give her a ride home." I laughed and said okay. They left and a minute later, out she came. "OMG, did they leave? I can't believe it." Of course I told her I would give her a ride home. It's been 5 years since that night, and we are now happily married with a 6-month-old little girl. We met on dating site 4 years ago and hooked up the first night after blacking out on margaritas. We were inseparable after that. We tell people we met through mutual friend from college that he introduced us when they found out we lived near each other. We live 1K miles from where we both went to school. Husband just thinks there's still a stigma with online dating, so he likes the mutual friends thing better. It's so far-fetched, people always think it's sweet and God's miracle we found each other. We don't necessarily lie about it, just omit a few details. I catfished him on Tinder. I was 300 plus lbs at the time and using pictures from 5 years ago. I came clean and he was down to meet anyways. We've been together ever since, and in the meantime I have lost all the weight and look like the girl in the pictures again. We just moved in together. I used to sell weed, her friend used to pick up from me, and we ended up hitting it off over a year. We tell people we met at a museum, and everyone loves it. My best friend ended up joining the adult industry and was dancing for a bucks night. After the show, she and the other stripper stuck around, and the best man started talking to her. Fast forward 8 years, and they're married with 2 gorgeous little girls. She quit the business when they got serious and never looked back. He is an amazing guy who is warm and really nice. They're perfect for each other. But I'll never forget his toast at their wedding. Everyone except another girl from school and I were the only 2 from her side of guests that knew the real story, so when he gave his speech about how they first met through friends, everyone in the room was like, ah. Except Elle and me. We were frantically trying not to piss ourselves laughing. Her dad hates me even more now. Do you have a similar story? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.